You have any other questions? Or?
No.
No? Okay. So, I didn't want to get onto this, but until a bit later. I'm going to do it anyway because I feel like it's going to lead somewhere interesting.
Savage, bro.
So, when it comes up to, like, daughters now, yeah. How do you want your...
Oh, my daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
I thought you meant Mandem's daughter.
Nah, you deal with aunties, though. You don't deal with daughters.
You don't tell them that. Don't bring your auntie around me. That's how I got paid.
Why is it always auntie? Like,
Don't bring your auntie around here. I won't violate your mom. Like, your mom's sister, yo. She might be a couple years younger, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about that, you.
So how would you want them to be treated? Or has that ever, like, touched upon you?
Yeah, it has still.
Yeah.
Not as much.
And has that affected the way you
as
treat
much.
other...
Not at all.
Okay.
It hasn't affected the way I treat women. When it has popped up in my head, like, yo, like, when I want my daughter
Dating a man
to
like
do
you.
the thing that this girl is doing right now.
True.
And then, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, I guess I'm just not going to have a daughter with you. But, like, that's it. Yeah, like, that's it. That's the wow, that's great. That's the marker right there. Shout out. I have a lot of cousins, so y'all are going to know which one. But shout out my cousin. We were having a conversation, like last year this time. He was talking to this girl, and he was saying, yo, I don't think this shorty is bring her to mom type of material.
Yeah, facts.
And I'm saying,
bro,
bro,
big thing.
and
We're
I'm
gonna talk
saying-
about that later. That's
yeah.
a big thing. Y'all need to understand what that means.
And I'm saying, my brother, cousin, my brother, he's like almost a decade older than me. He's like, you know, he's touching. Actually, not. His fist is punched 30 already. He's not even touching it. Like, he's punched it already. So this was like last year. So he's about 30. I'm like, bro, like, you're 30. You're past my stage. My age group, like, this age group is all about talking stages. You're at marriage, my guy. Like, you're at. I have a kid now. You know, like, I have my whip. I have my house already. Like, you're at that stage. So whenever you're talking to a girl, that you have to have the same mindset that Brian was talking about, like that kind of long term, yeah, like that's where that really kicks in. Like, you're 30, that should have kicked in a good 5 years ago, my guy. Like you should have been had that. So he's like, yeah, like I don't think I should still talk to her. I think I'm gonna cut her off. I'm like, yeah, for sure, because like, his brother, he also has a daughter, and he kind of went down like the same steps that he was about to go down, in that he did the deed.
Yeah.
The seed popped out, and he kind of regretted it. Not the seed, but like the deed that led to the seed. You get me? Anyway, so yeah, like he was really like, yeah, like I'm not gonna talk to her. You know, I wouldn't really bring her home to mom, so I don't think it would make sense for me to pursue. Anyway, so that was a pile of dog doo doo, and he ended up doing it anyway. And the baby popped out a couple months ago. Yay for the baby, but your wallet is about to suffer for not only the kid but the mother. You like the kid, you don't rate the mom because she's not that type of material.
Take the kid and cut.
Huh?
Take the kid and cut.
What about my wallet?
Take your wallet with you, take the kid, and leave the mom by herself.
I wish it was that simple, but I gotta pay for the kid, you get me? And like the baby mama's not even that sweet. So it's like a double L. Like she's like a 7, 6.5. Like she's not that sweet. Like it's just an all around L. And like, you wouldn't want your daughter to be like the mom. That's gonna be the person raising the youth. So if in your head you're like, I don't want my daughter to be like her, don't have a kid with her. Now, sometimes it might be easier said than done. But in 2019, with the plethora of options you have to protect yourself, what excuse do you really have? Bun my cousin and bun that baby. Nah, I played. I love you.
Repeat the question, because I feel like the route you went in.
No, it was basically like, the question was like, he was basically asking me about my point when I said that if you have like would you want your daughter to be like your mom type thing, or like the mom of the daughter? You feel me? Oh. So I said, yeah, like if I wouldn't want my daughter to be like the mother, I'm not gonna have a kid with you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Say vice versa. Like if I had a son and I was a bad role model, I wouldn't want my son to be like me as well. So,
yeah, for sure.
Okay, I agree. I second what you were saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so let's touch on bring her back home to like mom type thing.
First time visiting the family.
So basically, like,
That's a homicide.
so just trying to like explain to some people, because I'm sure some females might not understand like our perspective when it comes down to that, like a guy's perspective when it comes down to like.
Why not?
I don't
It's pretty
know.
self-explanatory.
It's pretty
like-
self-explanatory. If you're not worth bringing home to mom, you're not worth marriage. To be honest,
So, yeah,
you're not
like-
gonna go past talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like delve into that. Explain that.
I seen something on Twitter. Yeah. To the contrary, I seen where it's like, yo, if your mom, if you have to consult your mom for every decision, then you're not worth me anyway. Type thing. Like I saw something like that on Twitter.
Nah,
and
if my mom don't approve it.
it had like bare likes on retweets. Yo, here's what I gotta say about this. The number one woman in my life will always be my mom up until I put the ring on you, and it's game over after that. The only time my mom ever gets replaced as the number one is when I'm married to you. Because at that point, the two flesh become one. You feel me? So at that point, it's like you're me. So like you have to be number one because
I see.
You have to be number one for yourself in order for you to take care of others.
I see.
That's a biblical principle, right? Like I think David says something like, restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, upholding me with thy free spirit. Then shall I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. So like it's a biblical concept where you have to make sure you're set first before you can help other people. Take the beam out of your eye, and like there's a mote in the next man's eye, or whatever that whole analogy Jesus was talking about, right? So it's a biblical concept. I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna talk from like a Christian standpoint on a lot of these stuff. So yeah, like I gotta make sure that I'm blessed, and if me and my wife are one, then we have to be number one together in order for me to help out my mom, for example. You feel me?
I see.
So yeah, like
That does make sense.
now before marriage, yes, my mom has a considerable. My dad too, but mostly my mom. Like my dad really just cares if you're sweet. Like my dad's kind of like me. Like he cares more about if you're sweet. My mom cares about like, can you cook? Can you be a wife? And can you be a mom?
What's
like,
your personality like?
Yeah. My dad's just like, yo, so. Hey, that chill. Yeah, that's how. Yo, I love you, Dad. But yeah, like that's how it is, right? So, and I think it's like that in like a lot of different households, and I think like it switches. Like, I think my dad, I think I'm worse than my dad when it comes to my sister, because any boy looks at my sister for more than 2 seconds, I'm staring at it. Like I'm evaluating that guy because I'm a guy, so I know how guys are.
Yeah.
Not these two specifically; these are my sons, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like
He's alive.
We're both confused. It's okay.
I just forgot what I was doing, what I was saying. I forgot what I was answering. So like,
Oh, okay.
so that's what this is. It's like elevator music until my brain processes.
Okay, let me see who's
music
about
is
to-
classical music. during this
Okay, I
time.
was saying like bringing back.
Bring it back.
Yeah. There you go. The music can stop now. But yeah. Yeah, my mom has like, she doesn't have the end say, like the be all and end all, but
Yeah.
yo,
She
if
plays a
I-
factor.
Yeah, like if she doesn't
A
rate,
major factor still.
what's wrong with you? Like, okay, let's flip the script. What's wrong with you? Why my mom doesn't rate you? What's your problem?
Yeah, my mom's nice.
Yeah, like my mom
To
doesn't.
some.
Wait,
my mom-
who wrote that song? Was it a Justin Bieber song?
What?
Oh, I can't remember the lyrics. Someone's gonna page me because they know exactly what I'm talking about. Continue.
Yo, my mom loves bare people. You have to be a what less human being for my mom not to rate you. You feel me? So it's like,
For my
what's
mom
your
not to-
problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was agreeing. I thought you were gonna add on to it
No,
more.
but don't-
But you're right though. Like I second what you're saying. Like yo, if you are deciding to get into a relationship with another female, right, and you have a mother who has been teaching you the do's and the rights from the rounds from the day you were born, you know how to treat a female, and you finally have the opportunity to get with the female, and you want to introduce her back to the family, but she's not the right female.
It's not even the rest of the family. My mom needs to agree. But the rest of them.
Oh, okay. But in my opinion, if my
What's my
mom,
sister gonna do? Like,
Yeah, like, what are they gonna do?
but if my mom or my family do not even not even love, but like the women I'm bringing back home,
a lie? Like, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Like
What's wrong with me? Why would I even bring you?
Yeah,
home?
like if
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah. Like, why am I
Because
bringing you?
that's actually true. Like it has
Why am
to be
I
something
wasting your
big.
time? I would know.
Like,
I would
wasting your
know.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it's just like, yo, you already know what your mom is saying.
yeah.
Like the fact that I even bring you to the base, I know it's probably a home run already.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to
Yeah.
be.
Because at least like you being with your mom for so many years, you can kind of think like, okay, if my mom was here with this person right now, I'm so sorry. she would have this reaction to this girl. But if you're gonna bring her home, she must be thinking that, okay, my son knows me very well. So if he's bringing this girl home, this girl must be like wifey.
Yeah, because I don't bring any women to my house.
You go to theirs, though, huh? Anyway, just go into the next question.
Yeah. Next question. What's for the next question?
Okay.
Not for the last question. I was trying to God. I already told you. Like, I love God. You don't love God?
Okay, just to piggyback off the scenario with your cousin, the one that's punching 30. Stop it.
I love it.
So I just want to touch upon prenums. If you guys know what that is.
Prenups?
Prenum, your turnips.
Prenuptial agreement. Turnips. Oh.
No, the agreement.
Prenuptial agreement.
Yeah, there you go.
Find that?
Delve into. Yeah, he will. Delve into what that is.
Okay, the first time I ever found out what a prenup was when Drake dropped.
Jeff Bezos?
When Drake dropped back to back. And he said, make sure you hit him with a prenup.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I had no idea what a prenup was. So I'm like, all right,
Google.
Let me educate myself. Oh, so a prenup is short for prenuptial agreement, meaning you divide up your assets before you get married. So in the event of a divorce, she can't leave with half of yours. She leaves with what she came with, and you leave with what you came with.
So no one loses anything from the...
Theoretically.
No one loses money.
Yeah, money.
You lose emotional stuff, I guess.
Yeah. But emotions. Emotions comes and goes. Money's always there.
Yeah.
Huh. So you can sign up for a prenup before
Before marriage,
Yeah, and this is why it's so deep. Because I know a man like Jeff Bezos, after the whole Amazon type thing, man became rich. Up there, had his wife up there. When he was at the top, well, he's still growing. But when he's pretty
he's
high
still the
up there,
richest man in the world.
Yeah, he's still going up. But when he was pretty close to the top, his he divorced his wife, right? And I think she caught with half of his half of his billions.
What's crazy is he's still the richest.
She didn't. Yeah, even with half gone, he's still the richest man, which is impressive.
Because last time I checked, the second richest is Bill Gates.
Yeah,
and I think he has 72 billion or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Jeff is at, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know where Jeff is at. How are you above that, man? What are you doing with that much money?
After you got half.
Half gone, you still have that much.
Yeah, but
why that shook me so much is that she didn't do anything. She didn't even have. I don't even think she had a job. To my knowledge, I don't think she did anything. She was just his wife, and she just got rich.
I heard that she was instrumental. I think close to the beginning. She would do some.
I hope she was. I hope she deserves the money she got.
She would do some paperwork, and she would stay up sometimes.
Oh, fam.
However, that's not worth half of my company. Okay, you forged my signature when I sprained my wrist. Okay, you gave me dinner when I was kind of hungry. Okay, half. Half. Tiger? What are you what? No. Okay.
So I guess sorry.
Yeah, do your thing. Let us speak,
Brent.
My head's hot.
I don't want you to get too into it.
Hot,
so I guess the question is, should you get into a would you
sign one? Or do you think? Because a lot of females that's a big thing to them because they believe that's oh, you don't believe this is gonna be long term if you're gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it a bad sign of faith? So I'm talking about So I go into that
because I feel since I have that long term mindset, I wouldn't even think about doing something like that because
you would or would not
would not do something like that just because I would feel I would feel I would feel it's a bad it's a sign of not an optimistic end to this relationship
not realistic, optimistic. I really did continue.
Yeah. Realistic or whatever the word is I'm looking for. Take it home.
I think you've been brainwashed. Here's why I think you've been brainwashed.
Listen, little to no experience.
Here's
remember the knowledge group. Remember that.
All right. Yeah. So look, what does a female say to you when you want to get a prenup? One of you play the role.
Who's the female? Okay, I'll be the.
Yeah, you be the female. I'll be Josh.
All right. So
I'll watch.
You want to get so. Man wants to get a prenup. What do you say as a female?
Okay, tell me.
No.
You're the man, my guy. Oh, say, do you want to get a prenup?
Okay. Do you want to get a prenup?
Oh, why are you trying to get a prenup with me, man? Do you not think we're gonna?
Why is Tevin saying it like that?
Why do you think we're? You don't think this is gonna last? Like, why do you need a prenup?
My response to that: why wouldn't I need a prenup? Because if you think about it,
Brings up a valid
getting a
point.
getting a prenup ensures that you as the woman aren't going to leave me. Because if I don't get a prenup, what's stopping you from leaving? You get half of my
There's an
stuff.
incentive.
Yeah, there's an incentive for you to leave. So if anything, me getting a prenup is security that you're going to stay with me, not that I'm going to leave you.
Yeah, because he doesn't gain. Like, the man is not in an advantageous situation. There is no, like, anti-prenup that we can sign to get half of your money.
Interesting.
That's not how this works.
You make a valid point.
There's no anti-prenup.
That's all a prenup. Okay, all a prenup does is it pushes the balance of power evenly. Here's what I mean by evenly. If you look at the divorce laws in Canada, we're talking about this too.
Yeah.
Women tend to, not in every single instance, sometimes there might be a loopy woman and an able-bodied husband, so the able-bodied husband might get the kids, but typically speaking, the qualitative stuff, the stuff that means more, usually gets taken by the woman. So like,
Oh, you mean like who gets to keep the kid?
the kids and like,
I
all
didn't
that
even
kind of
want to
stuff.
get into
So
that.
like the
Good.
qualitative stuff usually gets taken by the women in addition to 50% of the earnings without the prenup.
Not only do they get the kids, they get half of the man's money.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
what he's
exactly. So now if you get the prenup, then okay, you might be able to take the kids, but at least I have my utility. Because watch this now. The older a man gets, like we're talking about time and like the value of time, etc. So there's something called SMV, that's like sexual market value. So the older a man gets is the higher his SMV grows because the things that are attractive to a woman on the man increases with age. Meaning this is something called hypergamy. So it's like when the woman tends to date up or marry up. So either in social class, financial status, and all that kind of stuff. So
Shout out to all you high school kids that are dating college.
I know some dirt youth.
Yeah, like that's
so
a
dirty.
mud
Anyway,
fault.
yo, shout out to you. Eh? You stay back. I know you know who you are. You probably don't have the attention span to watch this far, but you're a dirt for that. Eh? Anyway, so so the man increases, like, you're older, so you have more money. You've probably had your career for a good amount of time now, so that means you have a good amount of money. If you've had your career for a good amount of time, you've risen up the ranks, so you're not like at the base level. So you probably have a good amount of status now. You're fraternizing with people in that upper echelon. You've built your sphere.
You have some connections.
Yeah, you've built your connections at this point in time, right? So you're pretty established. So now you're way more attractive than you were when you just started, when you were way younger.
Okay.
You've increased your SMV.
Okay.
A woman's SMV decreases with age. So men don't really care about what position you have. We don't really care about what car you drive. We don't care about how much money you make. Are you sweet or not? That's basically what it is. The older a woman gets, is the more wow. It's the more her beauty tends to fade. Right? Tends to fade. Okay? So a man's SMV increases because he's acquired more and built himself more. A woman's decreases because she gets older, stuff starts to sag, stuff isn't as perky as it used to be, etc. Right? So now, if I want to get a prenup, that's just going to mean that, or if I don't get a prenup, half of my SMV is gone. It's going to be even more difficult for me to find a partner afterward because half of what makes me attractive is gone. A woman, her SMV is going to be at whatever level it is. You get me? Because there's nothing that in a divorce that can lower a woman's SMV. You're going to have to get married again, and it's going to be hard for you because you're not as sweet as you were when you initially got married to me, depending on how long the marriage is. So basically, getting a prenup, this protects my SMV to ensure that I can get married again if you want to leave.
Wow. That's...
And for those, I feel like it went over some people's head because I was really intelligent.
It was...
What he means by all this is just that women tend to find things like status, things like money, things like confidence, things like positions,
things that men have to find and work towards.
Things that men aren't born with, but that increase with time once you get into a position. What men find attractive in women tends to be more of the physical, tends to be more of the organic.
Now, just to pause, we're talking about initial attraction. Obviously, interest and attraction rises the more you go beneath the surface.
Yeah, the more layers you go into. Yeah. You know, the deeper you get to the nucleus, the more stuff you care about and stuff like that. So
powerhouse of
the mitochondria, shout out to you. For females, that tends to decrease with time. For males, that tends to increase with time. I'm just restating exactly what he says. so you guys can like understand.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So the prenup is basically just protection for me, that you won't leave me, because I don't gain anything from the prenup. I just keep what I have. So whenever a woman talks to you, oh, why do you need a prenup? Blah blah blah. In my opinion, a prenup is even more romantic than a marriage without it. Because if I'm getting married with a prenup, that's a union of our love, not of our wallets. Which basically means,
it takes the wallets out of it.
yeah, which basically means it's a pure marriage. Because like it's just our hearts being, know what I'm saying?
Chill, fam.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just our hearts, you feel me? So if you want to bring the wallet in it, it gets a little messy, gets a little tricky. Let's just keep the wallet and the finance out of there, you know what I'm saying? If we're married, what's yours is mine. If we're not married, gossa. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. And like I don't believe, me personally, I don't believe in getting married again after marriage. So if you divorce me, I'm screwed. I can't get married until you die because I take the vow seriously. Till death do us part. I take the vow seriously. So if I'm getting married to you and you're not dead yet, I'm not getting married. Which means I can't do certain things that married people can do. You feel me? So I'm gonna need that prenup for insurance that you're not gonna cut. And I can't do what I gotta do as a man. You feel me? Like, yo, hopefully my pastor's not watching this. But yo, like, it is what it is. Like, he doesn't believe in prenups, but in the world that we live in, the women that are in this world, and how easy it is for them to do what they want to do, men need to secure themselves.
That's interesting.
I know hella women are typing right now.
That's interesting. I know, but before you type, let's give you more reason to type. Okay.
Wow.
So do you hold on, because we're about to give you more things to type about.
Let me give you a reason for crying.
There you go.
What do you cry for? You want something for crying? Ew.
I remember those ones.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Brian's not Caribbean. He doesn't understand.
Yeah.
He understands. Well,
Nah, I don't.
you got reason to cry. You know what I'm saying? Wakanda forever still.
Okay. So do you think? How do you get more? Okay. So do you think that in the society we live in, women have more power? Like, I even started. I was so scared. I got so. I am so scared.
He choked on his own word. See, that's what kind of sucks. Like,
Terrified. Yeah.
and mind you, there's no one else.
Nobody here.
There's no one
It's
else.
literally y'all. It's literally y'all.
You guys have.
That's so funny.
Us three and you guys watching. This guy literally, do you guys have power?
Okay.
You do inhaler fast?
I'm good. So,
Part two.
Yeah.
Take two.
do you guys think that women have more power in like our society, both like socially and like how do I even put this, on a societal basis, like in like the judicial system, or like on like a level, like a normal like person to person level, like?
That's interesting.
So,
And in relationships, do you think there's more power in relationships, beginning, middle, and end?
Relationships, women.
Women? You think women have the most power generally?
In the beginning, it's women. In the middle, kind of even. In the end, men.
I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Do you want to delve
If you
into what you're
get okay, well, in the beginning,
saying?
I don't have enough knowledge to answer that question.
well, I'll say in the beginning, usually men are the one doing the approaches. Women barely approach men.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have nothing to lose in that situation.
Exactly.
Because you have the right to deny it.
You're in the
power
position, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that power. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
So in the beginning of, and we're talking about relationships right now. Right?
Yeah.
So in terms of like a relationship, at the beginning, the women hold the power because they have the yes or they have the no. You want to go on a date? Yes. Are you actually going to show up? Yes, no. Oh, you showed up. Like you're still in power because you could choose a flake because of that other guy that looks just like me that makes $1 extra. Like he has,
So they have that power to like direct the course of the relationship, of the
Yeah.
of the relationship. Okay.
They decide if it continues or if you get curved.
Mm-hmm. Now, after you two form a bond and a connection,
Yeah.
once the guy realized, I don't want to expose too much.
You can't be telling females the secret.
Say what you want, Josh.
All right. Yo. All right, fellas, listen. I'm not going to expose everything, but yo, like, it's just for the content. You feel, just for the content.
Yeah,
you
just for the content.
It's a one thing. All right, ladies, listen up. don't say no. It's just like, listen, if you forget, you forget. Don't even
Yes,
rewind.
let yourself forget.
Yeah, all right. So, yo, like, as soon as the guy realizes that you've caught feelings, he has the power in the relationship. This is rare for most men because most men don't ever get the power in the relationship. They just continue to chase your validation. So those are the kind of guys that basically kiss your butt. You feel me? That's a good amount of guys. But you have a rare pocket of guys that somehow know how to flip the balance of power in their favor. Those guys usually get the balance of power flipped in their favor after you two have the physical union. You feel me? So after a few cheeks have been anointed, you know what I'm saying? That's typically when that guy knows Wagwan.
I'm not looking at you, bro.
Because once that happens, like there's like once that happens, like the guy tends to be like, you know, she wasn't as sweet as I thought she was, you know. Let me move on to the next prize, you feel me? Whereas the woman's like, oh my God, that was amazing. Like, this is that guy, maybe he's the one. So typically after like the first union, that's when the balance of power finally shifts into the guy's favor. So that's when you start getting like the sparse text messages. That's when you start getting like the drier replies. He'll still talk to you. He'll still reply to you, but it probably won't be as frequent or with as much passion and enthusiasm as before. That's because he knows that at this point you are chasing him. Now, that's like, it's like the reason why I said it's kind of like a middle type thing is because although the guy might have the power most of the time, women always love to test a man's resolve. So this is when women tend to like, they start to act up every so often because shorties love drama. So like, they'll start to act up every so often. Why are you never texting me? Why don't you see me enough? Blah, blah, blah. That's when you start to get that kind of stuff. That's a good sign. If your woman isn't asking you why aren't you seeing me? Why can't I see you? Typically, it's a bad sign because women are not usually that understanding about your situation, about your purpose, about your business and stuff like that. Like they usually always want to see you and all that. When are we gonna take our relationship to the next level? Those are good questions. Those are like dramatic questions. Like those are good. If you get drama like stuff that kind of like hurts your masculinity type thing, that's bordering on into disrespect. A woman typically does that when you're too much in your feminine energy and that forces her to get more in her masculine energy. When a woman does that, it's because you probably validated her too much, given her too many compliments, and now she feels like, oh shoot, the balance of power is in my hands. So okay, like maybe I can yell at him a little bit more. Maybe I can nip here and there a little bit more.
To look for the answers that they want.
Yeah. Okay. And I've seen stuff like this happen. Like even, I don't want to expose.
Then don't.
Yeah, let me not expose. But I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Where like as soon as the guy gives the shorty what she wants, she feels like, oh, now that I have what I want, I can do whatever I want now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you take advantage of the validation that you've been given. It's like women will tell you what they want to get. Not all women. Women will tell you what they want, and then they'll get it. They'll be appreciative that they get it, but lose respect for you as a result. I don't know why it is. Maybe I don't know. I honestly don't know why. Like there are a few different theories and stuff like that, but I can't give you a concrete reason. I've just seen it happen over and over again. Again, not all women, blah blah blah, but a good amount of times I've seen like a guy bend over backwards to try and show a woman how much he really feels about her, only for her to appreciate, oh my God, thank you so much. Like I feel the same way, etc. And then at the end of the day, turn around and say, oh yeah, by the way, I have a man now. I can't do this. I can't do that. That hurts. Yeah, like I've seen it live. So yeah, like I'd say at the beginning, the woman has all the power. In the middle, it's like a struggle, but men tend to get it. And by the end, I said men get the power at the end, but it depends on who ends the relationship. It depends on who ends the relationship.
Okay, so it varies then.
Yeah, it varies. The end varies. Yeah.
I don't have enough knowledge to like really answer that question, but
neither do I. I've never experienced this. I don't talk to girls.
Okay.
People who are not watching the video itself is gonna be so funny because the reactions compared to people who are watching and seeing his facial expressions.
Yo, hop on the YouTube video. Now, here's what you do. Have the YouTube video playing in one tab and have the audio from another, like, you know, Spotify, whatever, like SoundCloud. Have that playing. Mute the YouTube video and have the Spotify playing in the background so it syncs up.
We get streams in. We get that little one.
Only for the real fans. If you're not real, like don't even bother. But if you're real, do that.
Yep.
So that was more of like the relationship side.
Okay.
Like who you think has the power. Now let's delve
In
into-
society, I say it's about even now. It's about even. Especially the Me Too movement and stuff like that. It's about
Yeah, I was even trying to Google
I
that
wouldn't even say
earlier.
even.
What's the definition of this whole Me Too movement?
There is no definition. It's a movement.
Okay, like
So basically what it
what
is,
is like, I don't think that's exactly that. I don't understand. I
what
don't
the
know.
Me Too movement is
I live under a rock.
basically it's like
Patrick.
I'm not sure who hello. I'm not sure who started the movement. I'm not sure who started the Me Too movement. I'm not sure what case started it, but I do know that some of the earliest high profile cases of Me Too movement were Bill Cosby back in 2017, 18. Bill Cosby and who's the other famous one? The director Harvey Weinstein. I believe that was
I think that was
last year, something like that. So basically, it's like really famous dudes, or not even really famous dudes, but typically really famous guys using their power and their influence, their clout to solicit sexual favors from women
yeah.
in order to advance their careers.
So
It could be that. In the case of Harvey Weinstein, it could be just like you think you're big and bad and that you have a bunch of clout and power so you can take advantage of women. In the case of Bill Cosby, or it could be even on a day-to-day thing. So, goodness, I don't remember the name. I'm so sorry about that. But even in Canadian, I believe it was in the Parliament. There was a Me Too case where some parliamentarian was having allegations thrown at him that he was coercing women into having sexual relations with him in order for them to move up the political rank, something like that. So typically that's what the Me Too movement is. It's just men taking advantage of women to advance that woman's career in exchange for a sexual favor for the man. That's basically what the Me Too movement is. So because the Me Too movement is so prolific nowadays, I would say like in the workplace, I'd say in society at large, in terms of that aspect, women have definitely shifted the balance of power.
But is it to the point where they are above, or is it equal?
I would say it's about equal because in the eyes of the law, a lot of these Me Too instances are struck down in the sense that there's not enough evidence to convict. However, socially,
yeah,
your reputation
socially
is
you're
tarnished.
gone.
So
Imagine
on
getting
one
fired,
hand,
like-
you might be innocent in the eyes of the law, but the public has already condemned you.
That's what I'm saying.
So I would
And
say
that
right
happens
now
a
it's
lot
about even.
with rape cases.
Yeah.
There was this case that I watched on YouTube. You know, man's don't read cases no more. We watch them. So there's this football player, right? So him and his other
Jason
friend-
Owusu?
No,
Oh,
Josh,
not that
it's
one.
Jason
Okay,
Owusu.
it's a different football. Okay.
I thought his last name was a lot longer.
No, it's
Yeah,
just Owusu.
Jason Nanaya Owusu, sorry. So,
Oh, that's the full thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I forgot about the full thing.
yeah, exposed man's whole good.
Yeah.
Search that up. He's a famous football player.
Yeah,
Search that, you'll see.
he's super famous. We
Yeah.
know him through like a networking opportunity. He's
Yeah.
mad famous. He's a rich
Yeah.
guy. Super cool guy too.
man.
Shout out.
Big man.
So like it was this football player, right? And this other he didn't do it by himself, basically.
Okay.
So she claimed that that this football player and another football player like raped her, right?
That's mad.
That's what she claimed. And like it was found out that the reason they didn't. And this was found out that the reason
I know what you're talking about.
the reason that she did this was kind of got me angry. The reason why she did this is because she didn't want like it to get out that she basically
Cheated?
let them clap her.
Oh,
Because she wanted to be clapped, right? So she didn't want it to get out because she was interested in this guy and she wanted this guy to like her. The guy that wasn't at the clapping. That was not
the applause.
the applause. She wanted a guy that wasn't at the applause to like her. So she didn't want it to get out that she was, that easy. So she kind of like tarnished this guy's whole scholarship opportunity.
So what happened to her?